Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Panty Pods,
AKA two guys, no lies.
aka two dudes, great attitudes,
AKA two bros, no hoes.
no hoes. G's up, bros down.
Bros before bros.
Yeah. AKA crookers recrudesce like hookers on meth. Thank you, AKA man, Mike Huddleston, AKA Huddletron, AKA Huddlestein,
AKA Old Zealand.
AKA Old Zealand. Jay, clear that frog out of your throat because we've got stories for you people.
Let's get into it.
Let's
go
rock
right
into
there.
one right now as we go. The world is happening, and we are here to give you a little bit of a break and try and get you through in some way.
Sometimes, guys, we find heroes among us
In the least likely places.
Well, who take things that, and this is what I consider to be a hero these days. Someone who can take like an instrument of hate,
yes,
and misinformation, and do the impossible. Use it for good.
fashion a sword into a plowshare,
And
so to speak.
these people don't have to be old sage geniuses or gurus or Fulbright scholars.
No, they just have to understand the technology they're turning into good.
Right. They can be young. They can be good-hearted, caring individuals, people dedicated to stopping stupid behavior.
People on our page, essentially.
And this stupid behavior that is, of course, spreading the virus. So they can even be college students.
I think they can, definitely.
And this next story, we're going to introduce you to a few of these gems. Two college students and someone
From the
recently
least
graduated.
likely college that could ever be doing this right now.
Couple students at Florida State University.
That's right. A school where you can major in herpes.
And minor in leisure studies.
That is a real thing. Remember that?
Yeah, leisure
Remember
studies.
saw like
AC Earl.
AC Earl, who was a basketball player for
Iowa.
University of Iowa, when they put his name up as he was shooting a free throw, and they put his major up, and it said leisure studies. I don't know what that is. Never know what that was.
Shuffleboard.
Yeah.
So a recent
Bocce.
graduate of Florida State and two Florida State students, they returned to Tallahassee, or I guess the students who came back to Tallahassee, the other one was already there for the fall, and they noticed a ton of other students. And we've seen this happening all over the place, partying like it's
1999.
Like it's 1997.
You
really.
can't party like it's 1999 today. That's going backwards in thinking, and that's going backward. That's not taking into account what's going on.
As if coronavirus never happened, as if 9/11 never happened,
As
Randy.
if Florida State was still good at football.
Just maskless, messy college partying, which
We
okay,
all did it.
We all did it. But somehow, and maybe it's just us getting older.
I think it's us getting older.
Crazier. It
Yeah.
feels like comedy from 20 years ago.
Yeah, some of it
Doesn't age well.
Not
Some of it
aging
not.
well.
Especially in this moment.
Yeah.
It's not aging well. Well, these young people, these three young people were miffed by the total lack of consciousness.
So what did they do
in the
about
middle of a pandemic that has killed 200,000 people?
Yeah.
And I literally, I read this story and I almost started crying because I just was so proud that like they took up
These
this mantle.
kids decided to take the mantle.
So they've created an Instagram page that publicly shames these idiots.
Bravo.
Brava.
Bravissima.
You go, girls.
That's right.
You go, Glenn Coco.
That's right.
They call the IG page Mask Up Florida FSU. I think Mask Up FSU. What's amazing is that these guys don't go out and hit parties. They don't try to catch people. They have people submit to them. It's like dumb people town.
That's right. They've got their dumb boots on the ground.
So they just sift through social media idiots, and
it's all there.
And it's all just there. And they highlight and shame away. Never in my life or in recent history would I ever
we have
think
thought that they would have taken something like this and
shaming people on social media, something that you immediately assume is just an evil, as we have young kids and we want them to avoid
I
being
don't want them
shamed.
to get shamed.
They're using it for good.
Yeah, this
They're
is
using it
the
for
power
good.
of shaming for the gray.
I'm
the
saying
gray
yes, do it.
Yeah.
Please shame them into the ground. Do it.
This should be like the walk in Game of Thrones. Shame.
I don't know what you're doing.
No, you'll get there.
Get into their heads, erode their self-confidence, force them to constantly look over those shows.
Give them PTSD.
You go, Glenn Coco.
That's right.
Snitches get riches in my book.
In this instance, they do.
Hey, by the way, you know who never says snitches get stitches?
People who are neutral.
People who don't have a dog in the race.
That's right.
They're usually pretty okay with snitches.
Yeah. Masks, they make their lives better.
Yeah. Snitches
Safer.
make lives safer.
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches. That's this current administration's approach to any whistleblower
Yeah.
out there. All right. That these geniuses at Mask Up realize they get it. They comb through submissions sent in by other like-minded students.
People who
Sick.
do not want to be in the path of these maskless idiots.
It's not a big thing to not want to get sick.
Yeah.
That's not you being a prude. That's not you being like
A
unaware
pussy.
or not
No.
cool with partying.
It's you being smart.
One post identified that a lot of FSU housing is in low-income area of Tallahassee. They pointed out that these idiots who just want to party are endangering the lives of people who most likely don't have good health care.
So it's not just about Seminole students. It's about the surrounding community. These guys are community-minded.
Well,
Mask Up FSU.
As a result, I love how they're framing the argument.
Me too.
They're even more justified in my book for doing what they're doing.
In my opinion, whoever started this project deserves an A+ in sociology.
Well, think about it though. Doesn't this feel like a graduate project?
Yeah, they
Doesn't
should all
it feel-
get jobs. You could all get jobs
in the FBI. Give them jobs in the FBI
or Google.
or at least
I don't know which one is more secretive or protective.
Google, Costco. I'm not sure.
Somewhere we got to take maskless people out.
So this is it. This is how we use our college education.
Wouldn't you be proud if your kid, my daughter's in 10th grade, if she came up with this? I feel like great project. This is what you interview off of.
So if you're so smart as to come up with an Instagram page that finds a way to find people who are partying and shame them publicly,
I love this.
I think you need to go into some arm of the FBI. We can call themselves COVID Ops.
Yep.
You call it
CSI Cove.
CSI COV.
There you go.
The cleanup crew.
Sabrina the Teenage Snitch.
I like that one.
Yeah.
The Mask Force.
Not so mask, my friends.
I like that.
These are all good. These are all
my
good.
God. Here's the thing. I don't want this to end when COVID is done. I think we need to keep them around.
You can carry this forward.
This is a good formula, okay? Keep them around.
Like
give them the responsibility to snitch on other transgressions,
like
right?
when white girls try and talk black when they get drunk, boom. You get snitched on.
Snitch on them. You're going to get embarrassed on this
That's
social
right.
media. Or, bros who force other people to drink who don't want to drink. Boom. You're going to get snitched on.
Crying drunk girls on the side of the curb with one shoe.
Yeah.
Boom.
Call them out. There you go. Because really, what they're doing, in my opinion, is harnessing the shaming power of the internet and using it for good.
It's heroic any way you slice it. Is
right.
What it is.
Because yes, shaming is a bad thing. But if the behavior is shame-worthy,
then
I
you can
think
go after it. What they're doing is they're taking the social out of social media and plugging into social justice, and that's how it works. This is how it's like jujitsu. You take the thing that they use one way and you use it in another
the thing
direction.
that other people are proudly posting and turn it on its ear.
Right. Get a whole bunch of people to shame these people, and there you go.
Bomb.
Create a scenario where that's the search that comes up on these people.
You're a bum and you're done.
Is this person responsible? Are we going to hire this person somewhat? No, you're not. Look at how irresponsible they've been.
It's like block or charge with Rex Chapman. These guys think it's all a block, and really it's a charge on all of them.
Baby. It's a charge on you.
And these guys are highlighting it. I love it.
It's a charge on you because the people at Mask Up FSU, they've got position.
They've got position.
Their feet are outside the
Firmly
circle.
planted.
They're firmly planted, and you're bum rushing into them.
And I'm so happy. Like, look at this. Like, if we really want to take a giant step back and look at what's going on, Harvard University created Facebook.
Yeah,
basically a misinformation mill, and Mask Up Florida State University
came up with Mask Up. So,
weigh them out.
We want to look at what organization, what university leaves a better legacy. Is it Harvard or FSU? If I would have put that to you before you even knew what was going on, you would have said Harvard all the way.
Now here we are. It's a new world. It's a new world order.
Mask Up FSU. I love it.
Great work, kids. I'm very, very proud of you.
All right, that's our first story.
Snitches get riches.
That's right. Sabrina the Teenage Snitch. I love it. That was our first story. Down the books. Applaud these people. When they're out there doing good, you applaud these people. When we come back, a ban on behavior on New York City public transit that I myself didn't realize wasn't banned already.
There you go.
You have to stick around to find out. This is Scarborough Country, the virus edition. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We are thrilled to be here. Is this Monday?
It's Monday. So we had our live Dumb Peopletown.
And we announced that our guests for our next live Dumb Peopletown.
That we're doing at eventbrite.com. You look up live Dumb Peopletown on November 7th. That's a Saturday night. Our guests are John Hamm. Hammer.
Madman's John Hamm.
Right?
St. Louis' own Don Draper.
Don Draper, John Hamm. And then, of course...
Don Hamm.
And then, of course, the band Tennis. We've loved these guys for so long. They're going to play. It was so great. For all those who listen to this podcast who came this past, I hope you get your tickets immediately because this one is going to sell out super fast.
For sure.
I hope you enjoyed Birbiglia. We love doing it for you. Again, amazing. Go to our not our Facebook page. Go to our YouTube page. Look up Sklar Country. Subscribe. Let's get that thing up. Our TikTok has been kind of going up. Yeah, we're at Sklar Brothers there. Follow us there. Let's jump into this. Okay. Now,
yes. We lived in New York City back in the 1990s.
And while we were there, we developed a theory about the city we lived in, the city that we loved so much. Here was our theory. If you can touch it,
it's been peed on.
Okay?
That's it.
Anywhere you can lay your hand.
It's been peed on by someone or something, animal. That's just New York. You understand that like a layer of urine just rests over everything.
Like a dusted golden shower has been just kind of
blankets the city, the entire city.
Fire hydrants,
traffic lights, any bench you sit on.
Other dogs have probably been peed on by dogs.
Yes,
baby strollers. Every baby stroller that's outside, that's been peed on.
You got to assume it. At least on the wheels.
So then we moved to LA in 1999, but then we started to come back and do cheap seats. We'd shot it in New York from 2002 to about 2005, 2006. We were coming back to New York once a month for about a week at a time. So we really felt like, yes, we left, but we came back and we spent other time.
A lot of time in New York.
And in that time that we were in New York, we amended that theory to be this. If you can see it,
it's been peed on.
So it went from if you can touch it, it's been peed on, to if you can see it, it's been peed on. That includes buildings. That's things
scaffolding
that
that's around buildings.
Yeah, that's everything.
Birds.
You don't know how, but everything and anything that you can lay your eyes, Statue of Liberty, anything that you can lay your eyes on, it's been
in
peed
the borough of New York City has been peed
and
on.
We're right, probably.
I think we are right.
If you've ever waited for an F train on a summer night at like 2 a.m. in Brooklyn,
urine like a knife just pops up through
goes
your
right
nose.
through your nose and it won't let you go. It's like when I went to the Grand Canyon and all I could smell in the summertime was
donkey crap,
mule shit. That's all you're smelling in your nose. It's in your nose and it's in your mouth and you can't get it out. Same thing.
Yeah.
Urine in New York everywhere. Yeah. So this next story takes our theory one step further, but really I didn't understand why this needed to be stated publicly. You know how like someone says that and they're just...
You're like, wait, this isn't already like done? Right.
And this article comes from the New York Post, so you know there are going to be some awful...
unforgivable puns in it.
Yep. The only number 2 allowed on the MTA is the train line.
All right.
Right out the gates, New York Post.
Shut up.
There you go. At least the New York Post is being the most New York Post that they can possibly be.
Of course.
The MTA Board, Metropolitan Transportation Authority Board, is slated to formally ban defecating on its subways, buses, and transit facilities during its meeting on Wednesday.
They have to call a meeting to do this?
Wait, was this allowed before?
Were they like, oh, guys, noticed a loophole. Well, it's really a poop hole, but it's here, and we got to deal with it.
There are no bathrooms in the subway. There are no bathrooms on public buses. We've ridden them. They don't exist. Was it just a suggestion before? You're not supposed to poop on these things?
So was it cool to just do it? I don't understand.
And why now? Is it because of the pandemic that they felt like was their crease they could slide through right there? They could push it through. Sorry, pun intended.
We know the MTA sucks.
Yeah, we lived in New York for 5 years, like we said, and then came back for another 4 years. So we spent a decade traveling the New York City subways
system,
and buses. And it is a shit show of an organization.
Right.
Let's be honest. That's what it is. But are they really saying that it took a global pandemic for them to reevaluate how they were going to handle their allowance of pooping on public transit, Jay?
Now, if the Long Island Railroad banned it, I would say that's news.
Because the trains that go out to Long Island...
a little bit nicer.
And they have bathrooms on it.
Yes.
If they're like, you can't poop on that thing, then now what are you going to do? And how do you police that is my question. What, do you get a bunch of new like poop police to come in through?
Poop patrol?
Poop patrol? Brown uniforms? As a Jew, that makes me a little nervous. I'm just going to say, okay?
Yes.
Back to the Post. The dirty deed is already banned under current rules. Yeah, this is to remind you that the New York Post is writing this. Thanks for reminding that.
Yeah.
Which subject any rider to a $100 fine for creating a nuisance. Is that what they call it now? I'm going to go.
I got to go create a
I got to
nuisance.
go create a
I'll
nuisance.
be back in 5 minutes.
By the way, that is a great new way to
I'm going
describe
to use that to say
that you have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go in that bathroom back there and create a nuisance.
I got to go rustle up a nuisance.
I got to go create some social unrest back in there. An unsanitary condition, including but not limited to spitting and urinating, but the rule will specifically add defecating to the list of bodily expulsions. So they're saying no spitting, no urinating, even though that happens
But
everywhere.
we should probably add pooping just so people know not to do that.
If someone takes a crap on the D train, that is more than a nuisance. That is a code red, depending upon how much blood is in that stool.
All right, come on.
And I'm going to assume that in that stool, it's blood, cocaine, and Fruit Loops. Is that right? It's like a Dennis Rodman dump.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is that if you feel like your option is to poop in the thing, then you have nowhere else to go.
That's right.
So that's sad.
Yeah.
Or you're really, really drunk and you think it's funny. So you're gonna lean your butt out over the track
And just
at the
drop
middle
it
of the
down.
night, 4 a.m, and poop. Well, now
Complaints-
you're gonna get fined.
Complaints of soiled subway trains surged in 2019, according to MTA data. The agency had insisted that that the increase in reports of disgusting subway cars was a result of more vigilant riders, not worsening conditions. Wait, what? This feels like a good indicator that the world is coming to an end.
Yeah.
There should never be a surge of public shittings. Am I right?
Never.
Yet transit workers have long complained about nasty conditions on trains. We all have. Welcome to the club.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Nobody gets on a subway for decor.
No.
Nobody looks around and is like, man, I just need to get on this subway. No, you get on the subway for two reasons.
To get you somewhere quick.
And if it's in the summertime and it's super hot, if the air conditioning is work, you get a breath. You were just dripping pools of sweat out on the platform.
Now you
get
come in
inside,
here for a little bit of
and
air.
it makes you cool you off.
Yeah.
That's it. And maybe to read the Dr. Zizmore ads about popping your zits on thing. That's it. The Workers Union, Transport Workers Union Local 100 launched a trash train photo contest last October. That must have been fun.
Oh, I'm sure that was good.
To highlight the filth and protest cuts to cleaning crews. Yeah, that's when you want to hire more cleaning crews.
Right.
If you are brave enough to be in a cleaning crew in the New York City transit system, you deserve like a Purple Heart. Is that wrong, or a brown
Nobody
heart?
as a little kid says that's what I want to grow up to do.
No, that is when you have no more options. It's like It's like
Pooping
crapping
in the
subway.
subway.
You have no more options. That's what you have to do. Same thing to clean the thing. But you shouldn't be cutting. But by the way, if they just raised what it costs to ride the subway,
Right.
50 cents a ride,
And no one's going to care.
they could hire hundreds of cleaning crews to do this. Am I right?
Probably buy new cars.
This would be spotless, guys. That's all you have to do. Everybody needs to ride the subway, and everyone would spend 50, 25 cents more a ride. They just would.
Agreed.
Remember when that jacked up? We was like $1 a ride, and then it was $1.35, and then it was $1.50. Like
Now it's $2, right?
yeah,
$2.50?
$2.50. They went up. If it was $3, you think people are going to care? No. They can raise that price. It would work. MTA rules are periodically tweaked to enhance clarity, and that is the case with the addition of more descriptive language. MTA spokesman Tim Minton said in a
Who's
statement.
reading the rules? And where do we see the rules? Is there like, I guarantee you the guy who's pooping in the subway
Is not
is not privy to the MTA's website.
right. Exactly.
And they don't know how to click through 5 links to find the rules.
I just love that it wasn't clear rule-wise that on public transportation where there are no bathrooms or at subway stations, not on platforms, not in trains, not on buses, people still thought it was unclear that you shouldn't take a dump.
What's the ruling on this?
it
Can I
does-
go here or not? I don't know.
They only mention
I'm on the website. I'm not seeing anything.
my pants are at my ankles. They only mention urine and spitting. I think you're good.
Yeah, it seems like there's
you just
no
don't wanna
mention of
assume.
dumping.
It's a bit general. The poop ban was the first included in a host of new temporary emergency rules issued back in April in response to the corona. Okay, so this is the pandemic.
That's right.
The board will vote on making the rules permanent on Wednesday. The poop rules should be in effect retroactively. Don't you think, Jay? Should have always been in effect.
Well, maybe they were a little backed up in terms of getting the rules out.
Heyo. And anyone questioning it should be made, in my opinion, to clean all the trains for a long period of time.
Yes.
That'll learn you not to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know when we'll be getting back to New York City. I
know.
don't know, and it kills me not to be back there. But when we do, we will certainly ride a subway. And we'll ride it with these new rules, which almost everybody abided by before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we can ride it with a sense of accomplishment that we are following those rules like we always did, but now it's permanent. So we are following those rules.
Correct.
I guess we should thank the MTA for
Maybe.
making this hard, fast rule, because if they didn't,
Who
then
knows? It would have been a pooping festival down
we
there.
may have had to amend our theory to New York City to, if you can ride it,
It's been pooped on.
There you go. That's the show. Guys, we love doing this for you. We're going to keep doing it as long as we possibly can. Stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. This is not a hoax, but we've got the jokes. We will see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.